2014's been a good year so far. It's only been a couple of days, but also we have to realize it's brought us closer to the next Star Wars movie. And I think we can all agree that it's gonna be pretty awesome. Or is it? So, to figure this out, I have two of the biggest Star Wars fans I personally know on the show to discuss it. Please welcome Catie Peach and Patrick Martis. Hey, how's it going? So, you guys are devoted Star Wars fans.
Of course.
True story.
Nice. So, I gotta ask, how old were you guys when you first saw Star Wars?
I must have been like 4, 5, or 6. I don't even remember. It's always pretty much been in my life.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I was probably around 4, but I wasn't really allowed to watch Star Wars till I was 10. So I didn't watch it all the way through till
So
my
you
10th
saw
birthday.
Bits and pieces of it?
Yeah, and then I saw it on my 10th birthday for like the first time.
It's like the best
Yeah, no,
present anyone could
it
have ever
was.
given
No,
you.
the movie ended, and I was like, "Is that it?" It was like 5 minutes long, Dad. Let's watch the next one.
Now, why did you guys like it? What was it about the film that made you like it? Because a lot of people, they'll say, oh, it was the special effects, it was the story, or some people just like to say it's the dynamic of the characters even.
I'd say it's a combination of all those things. Like, you can say the special effects are cheesy, but you have to understand that was like, during the time it was like amazing.
Cutting
and like
edge.
you have to like appreciate the classicness and the retroness of it. And like, I don't know, personally I think, Harrison Ford added a lot to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everyone wants to be
Trilogy.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite characters?
Han
I'm
Solo.
gonna say Han Solo. I thought you'd pick Carrie Fisher.
You mean
Well,
Princess Leia?
Princess Leia. Yeah.
No, she's not my favorite character. Episode 6 was just a good movie.
Now, what made this particular film different from all the other movies that we've all seen? Because, honestly, I think it's safe to say Star Wars is, for me, Star Wars is my favorite movie, and it always has been. And there's been, I guess I could kind of pick apart what made it better than every other movie I've ever seen. But, like, for you guys, what made it so different and better than everything else?
It's just like the perfect combination of everything. You got an amazing story, you got great characters, you got an awesome setting, like everyone wants to go to whatever that galaxy is called.
And they just effortlessly pull it off. Like, they don't act like it's weird that they're like meeting like a bunch of aliens in a cantina. It's just like, everyday stuff.
Yeah, they didn't have like any other sci-fi would have made that like made the main character sheltered in order to introduce the aliens as weird, but Luke just like didn't care. He knew everyone was an alien. He was just like,
That's an interesting way of putting it. You're right. Like, every other film, they really kind of did just portray aliens as being weird, but they kind of accepted them in Star Wars, didn't
Yeah.
they?
So it kind of
interesting.
just pushes you right into the world instead of.
instead of trying to make you embrace
Yeah.
it,
Huh.
it was already embraced.
So why do you think there's so many people that took an interest in the film then? Like, why didn't it become this big phenomenon that it was?
Because there was nothing like it. Every other sci-fi was what, Star Trek? I mean,
Why are we even mentioning that?
someone had to. The elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. We had to address it.
But seriously, there was nothing like it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. That's true. There was really nothing like Star Wars. It was this big phenomenon that came out, the visual effects, and like you said, just the way that it was presented to the audience and everything. So when you guys saw it at, you said 4 and 6
6 or somewhere around there.
before 10.
Yeah.
And then, so like when you first started watching it, obviously we were all very young, it had a big impact on us. Why do you think we still keep watching these movies over and over and over again? Do you think it's because of the impact it had on us, or do you think it's...
Well, that
yeah.
like nostalgia for that, but it's still good. Like, if you watch Star Wars today, you're still gonna love it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you like identify with new parts of it every time you watch it.
That's true.
In different parts of your life and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you notice
Like-
new stuff. It's like just to become more connected.
when you were a kid, you probably were like weirded out by the romance between Leia and Han, but when you get older, you think that's just legit.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's very true. Best line in all the Star Wars movies.
I love you.
I know. Hey, wait, am I supposed to be the chick?
So I guess. Okay, I think we got the picture on that one.
We got it.
Okay,
We got it.
Cool. So what do you guys personally like about the films? Was there a scene that stood out to you guys? Is there a movie that stood out, and why?
Empire's definitely my favorite.
Yes.
Definitely.
Empire's also my favorite, but I like a ton of Han Solo's quotes from A New Hope.
Oh yeah.
He was just
That's so true.
They really doubled them
Yeah.
in Empire. That's one of the things I liked about it. It's like Han has all the good lines.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford he inherited all the great lines in those movies, and I think that's one of the things that made it. The thing is, like, okay, the funny parts in Star Wars aren't forced. They kind of flow, but only because of Han Solo.
Exactly, because any other, like, we love Star Wars, but we can all accept that the acting isn't the best of any movie ever, with the exception of Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
So any other, like,
He
if
just
any other
pulled it
character had
together.
had the funny lines, it wouldn't have worked as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't deliver their lines as a whole as well as he did.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So what was it that personally stood out to you, Patrick, about the movies? Like, what did you personally like about them? Or was there a certain scene that you specifically liked in one of the movies? Or
The scene that is really obscure, but the scene that always, like, I always remember is when they're all on the Death Star and they've been in the trash compactor already and they're all running away from the stormtroopers. And then Han Solo just decides to, like, yell and chase, like, 20 of them down a hallway. And he comes out into this big opening and there's just, like, 50 of them.
Yeah.
And he just, like, turns around and does the exact same thing he did in the other direction.
Everyone knows stormtroopers can never hit a target anyway. He was pretty much good.
yeah, that's true. I think he just understood that they couldn't hit worth the crap. Cool. So you guys said that Han Solo is your favorite character.
Yeah.
I gotta say, or ask, I should say, who did you like better as a actor for Obi-Wan Kenobi? Did you like the Ian McGregor character, or oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name, the older Obi-Wan?
I think they did.
You guys are gonna kill me for this, aren't you?
I think they did equally good jobs. They, like, I don't know. They played basically different roles.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was so far apart.
Yeah.
They were, like, in different stages of their life anyway, so.
Ewan McGregor was a much younger Obi-Wan, so it's hard to compare the two for
Mhm.
me. But,
Someone asked me that once, and I had a hard time answering.
yeah, it's very difficult for me to compare those two.
Yeah. The thing I liked about everyone always argues that the prequels were horrible movies and should never have been made. Personally, I thought they were fun. I liked them a lot. And maybe it's because I saw them when I was 6 and they just grew on me.
Yeah.
But one of the things I do just absolutely love about them is the fact that Ian McGregor plays the perfect young Obi-Wan.
He does.
It's true. He's, like, a really good actor for that role.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the few characters I've seen in a prequel to a movie where he actually seems like the same character, just a younger version of him, rather than a completely different person when he was young, and they don't explain how he became this other person when he was old.
Right. Very true.
Like, you can watch him mature throughout the prequels, and that's something they did very well, no matter what you have to say about those movies.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's something I liked about it. That's awesome. Obviously, another elephant in the room is it was sold to Disney. What do you guys think about that?
Disney owned Marvel at the time when Avengers was produced and came out.
Yeah.
That's my answer to anyone
That's
being too skeptical
point.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as they put it in the right hands when it comes to, like, people in charge of creating everything for the movie, I mean, it should be alright.
Do you guys think they're putting it in good hands so far?
Well, I think
J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams and the writer for Empire, whose name escapes me right now, but the writer for the most favorite Star Wars movie ever, for most of the fans I've talked to, and the director who made me enjoy a Star Trek movie a
Right.
little bit, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if anyone can take something I hate and turn it into something I kind of like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for the new Star Wars movie.
Exactly.
So,
Plus, I mean, and I know I use Marvel a lot, but they are a good example of something Disney has owned for 2 years now, and they haven't really done anything bad with it. They've come out with the Avengers, come out with Agents of Shield, which I don't know if you've seen that, but it's a pretty decent show.
I haven't seen that one yet.
For an ABC drama. It's like, I mean, they chose the same director as the Avengers.
oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He also directed Firefly.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So it's a pretty good show, you know.
Yeah.
And they haven't really screwed that much up.
That's true.
So
Disney's just evil though.
they are. But I'm optimistic.
Same.
That's good. That's good. So, like, are you guys looking forward to episode 7?
Oh yes, very, very, a lot.
No, really. Are you looking forward to it?
No, seriously, we're gonna like dress up as Han and Leia. Like, this is gonna be legit.
I'm with you guys on that one. I'm
Oh,
Luke.
yeah.
Totally Luke. I'll dye my hair blonde, too.
I just want to fast forward through this year and just
Right.
get to the next year.
Right.
We need to skip 2014 because there's not a lot happening besides what happens in 2015, which is
Right.
Star Wars.
14 is just the stepping stone to 15, so...
Plus, in 2015, you know, we'll finally reach where Back to the Future 2 was.
Yes.
And then we're gonna have like flying DeLoreans and everything's gonna be
Yes.
awesome.
Man, I want a hoverboard.
And hoverboards. Yes.
Yes. So...
Someone better be making those.
I know, right? We've only got...
Like, it better be some kind of surprise announcement.
They got 12 months to get it right.
Yes, exactly, because they have to announce it at Consumer Electronics Show 2015.
Yes, they better.
Which is like 2 days away, a year from now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
They better then.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward
They have
to it.
exactly 12 months to give us hoverboards.
So, favorite Star Wars quote ever?
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side.
That is wonderful. I'm
That's a
just
good
gonna
one.
have to say, it's I love you. I know, because that's just, you know, perfect.
It is a
just
pretty perfect line.
Like it was improvised, which is what my favorite part about it is that Harrison Ford improvised that.
Mm-hmm.
So
That is so true. So awesome.
A lot of Harrison Ford's best lines or scenes are improvised, though.
I know, right? I was just looking that up the other day. I thought that was pretty awesome. He was so the perfect part for that.
Yeah, like, and I'm not talking about just Star Wars, like Indiana Jones, the scene where he shoots the guy with the sword.
Right. Yeah, that was all
That was supposed to be an elaborate fight, but
Mm-hmm.
he was having bowel trouble that day.
Is that what it was?
Yes. No, he had
So-
diarrhea.
Oh, really?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I heard that there's many different things, like his whip practice was off, and it was like 100 degrees out, and a lot of things, and so he just shoots the guy. Such a perfect line. Or not line, a motion, whatever you want to call it. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Perfect
now.
thing to do.
Perfect thing to do. Because, like, every single time you see a movie, everyone's always yelling at the TV, why don't you just shoot him?
And he-
So,
and
he actually
he-
did
there
it.
we go.
There we go. Yeah, it was perfect. So, anyways, do you guys have your bracelets on?
We do.
Yep. Shh, I love you right now.
You guys probably couldn't pick that up, but one bracelet says I love you and the other bracelet says I know. So, I just think that was pretty awesome. Wanted to point that out. Awesome.
It's pretty pro.
So, one last thing. Episode 7 is coming out. You guys are overall excited about it. Do you have any concerns about it?
Oh, I'm interested to see how they will fit it into
The existing
an
canon.
area where there is so much existing canon,
Mm-hmm.
because through novels and comic books there's so much expanded universe in the time after episode 6.
So will they like take that into account, or will they completely step on it?
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't throw all that away.
Yeah. One of the things that I wasn't thrilled about it is when they said that they're not going to follow the original story, and that kind of was heartbreaking to me a little bit. Did you hear anything about that?
No,
Is that not a thing? Or...
I haven't heard that, but that doesn't mean it's not a thing either.
Oh, okay.
Also, the way they they did the open auditions was kind of weird. Did you
That
hear
was
about
a little bit weird. I almost auditioned for the guy part.
I know. I considered it, and then I was like, no.
Well, they're also, I read that they're moving a lot of the auditions to England, too, because they want to have some British actors in there. Because it wouldn't be Star Wars without British actors.
That's
apparently.
valid, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the Imperial
Yeah.
Like, side was all British. So
So
That's
are we
true.
gonna see a lot of post-Empire actors then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Oh, you know what? Actually, I do have another question. Why do you think everyone didn't like episode 6? I loved episode 6.
I feel like they
'Cause they're
thought
stupid.
the Ewoks were supposed to be like geared toward children, and they didn't like that because they liked the more like mature other ones. But I didn't have a problem with it. Like I thought the Ewoks were awesome. Like
I mean, they're adorable, but there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
The thing I liked about the Ewoks is they became such a great adjective. It's like, that guy's an Ewok. That is so Ewok. And the best thing is, like, he looks harmless. They're all cute and cuddly, but if you irritate them,
They'll just take down the
Bam.
entire empire.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
like, who would have thought the Empire would have been taken down by Ewoks? And I just thought that was a great little twist to it.
By Ewoks.
So, but yeah, I mean, like, I didn't know this. It never dawned on me. I always thought everyone liked 4, 5, and 6, and they always liked them more and more and more as they went up.
Yeah.
Personally, I never had a problem with any of the episodes, but, you know, I'm me, so it's kind of weird.
I say if you're gonna have a problem with something, have a problem with the fact that Greedo shot first, because that is not acceptable.
Yeah, this wouldn't be a Star Wars interview unless someone brought
didn't
that
do it.
up.
I just had
So, who shot first?
Han.
Han. He's the only one who shot.
It's true.
So Han shot first, is what you're saying?
Han definitely shot
First.
first.
So why do you think they, what was the reason behind that? Why did George Lucas change that? I heard there was a reason behind that.
Because he didn't want Han to seem like a cold-blooded killer. He wanted him to be more human and reachable.
But the thing is, he starts out more cold, and as the movie progresses, he becomes more warm. So I think it fits perfectly the way it was supposed to be originally. But
Well, in the original film, when they shoot, it's kind of not really
it's
shown.
pretty ambiguous. It's super fast.
Yeah.
So-
There's kind of a lot of smoke. It doesn't really explain who shot first, but obviously Han shot first.
And
Obviously.
Yeah. Like, who misses at point blank range anyway? Greedo was a terrible shot.
How can he be a good shot? He's got like 7-foot-long fingers.
It's
Right, that's true. Well, you know what? When we were watching it last time, didn't they change it to where it's like they kind of fire at the same time?
Yeah, they changed it back a little bit so it looks like it's a toss-up now. They're not like definitely Greedo shot first and missed anymore.
Okay. Well, we'll keep saying Han shot first until they actually put it to where Han shot first.
I know.
Oh,
Maybe Disney will do that for
Maybe
us.
Disney will do it. Maybe this is not a bad thing after all then.
We should write them letters.
We should. We
and
should just
emails
like,
and tweets.
excuse me, Mr. Mickey Mouse, can you please make it so that Han shot first and take Hayden Christensen out of the very last episode?
Yes. That needs to happen.
That needs to happen.
What do you guys think about Qui-Gon in the very last episode, though?
Oh, that's right. They put Qui-Gon in there too, didn't they?
It was weird because no one else really knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
he's
get what they were
not-
trying to do is tie the movies together, but
He's not connected to
Yeah.
the other characters.
everyone's
at
like,
all.
who's that dude?
Yeah. I mean, like, I think Liam Neeson playing in Star Wars was probably the coolest thing ever. But putting
Since
him there
Harrison
at the end,
Ford.
since Harrison Ford, of course. I love you. You're just Harrison Ford.
I know.
But like, putting him at the end of episode 6 doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Not really.
So,
I think putting Hayden Christensen in was more reasonable than putting Qui-Gon Jinn.
yeah. Yeah.
Deal.
So, anyways, Patrick, Martis, Catie, Peach, do you guys have a blog or anything that you talk about this stuff on?
Not as of now. I want to.
That would be awesome. We should totes do that.
Let's.
Call it Totes Do It. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. Really,
Thank
really
you, Chris.
appreciate it. Thank you all so much. You guys have a great night.